Good morning and happy Tuesday. It is Therapy Tuesdays with the big show. It is Angel, Daphne, and the Flying Dutchman. But we have two very special guests who are actually on location for Therapy Tuesday. And we have, of course, Dr Geraldine Tan of the Therapy Room, who's with us every Tuesday. But she has a guest today. It is Sandra Leong, CEO of Equal. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Equal. Equal, it actually helps to transform lives through therapy with animal assisted services, like with dogs and with horses as well. And with that, they're actually in Jalan Mashor, which is near Thompson Road, just close to the Polo Club and all that. And they are with a couple of horses. So if you want to see that, you can join us on the Big Show TV on our Kiss 92 FM pages. Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Many so excited to be here. So, and I think for therapy, we always say want the animals to complement our work. And Sandra and her team has been amazing together with the horses also.
Wow.
So, Sandra, you set up the organization in 2015, is that right?
It was set up by a founder in 2015, and so we've been around for some 8 years now.
Wow.
Tell us a little bit more about Equal.
Well, Equal was set up at first to serve at-risk kids, so children with special needs, with behavioral issues. But today we have really evolved to serve not just children, but youth with mental health challenges, families who are disadvantaged, and seniors as well. We bring our horses into nursing homes, where we bring joy and warmth and cheer to our seniors.
Wait, hold on. You take horses to nursing homes?
Yes.
Wow.
Can I write it in?
Can I designate my house as a nursing home, please?
That's
cool.
That's pretty amazing, but I really feel this is a visual thing. So let's head to the Big Show TV. If you want to join us, it's Kiss 92 FM on YouTube as well as Facebook. Join us and have a look at these beautiful horses and what they do for therapy. Right now, here's Lullaboy with Cool. Okay, take it away, ladies.
You want to see the little? I'll introduce you to our mini horses. Miniature horses.
Oh my God.
Is it an adult horse then?
This is a full size. It's a full grown
my God.
miniature horse. And this is Harley.
And it's not a pony?
No, it's a miniature horse. Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, so sweet. I want to go.
Oh,
Can
my
we all go on location now?
Our waist height. Yeah, maybe for every you'll be at like high.
My goodness, that's my dog is almost that size.
It looks like it's my height. What? Puppy?
They're like puppies.
They play like puppies.
Okay. Well, let's let the ladies talk. Tell us a little bit more about how Sandra. I'll just ask you a few questions, and then you can just take it away. Like how many horses you have, how many dogs you have, what kind of problems, not problems, what kind of issues you deal with when people come in.
We have 16 horses, so 10 are retired and rescued horses, former race horses, former polo sport horses, former riding school horses. And then we have 6 miniature horses. The miniature horses are really good when we work with children, younger children, so they can actually, they find that the smaller horses more approachable when they initially start a program with us. They're also good when we work with persons with disabilities because for a person on a wheelchair, they'll be able to connect with the horses eye to eye. And when we bring the horses to a nursing home, and we have seniors that are either bedridden or in a wheelchair, they're able to connect and interact with the horses a lot more. So for us, we actually work with a whole range of clients and different residences. And for us, it could be special needs, it could be disabilities, it could be mental health challenges, it could be dementia and depression as well. But for us, animals really bring a lot of joy, a lot of warmth, and a lot of cheer to those whom they need.
Okay, the question I have is, now we've heard of this particularly with dogs being emotional support animals. That's, I'm sure, one angle of it. How do these horses and dogs that you have help these people? What's the connection? How do they help?
Maybe I'll use
my camp to explain how
Okay.
it is. So what we had was when we had the Camp Global, we brought special needs children to the Equine Center to Equal. And the children had selective mutism, autism, and different sort of needs. So the children are sometimes very excitable or anxious, or they are very overwhelmed. But these horses are amazing, and I'll leave Sandra to describe to you how they help. But the children immediately started to feel more relaxed. They were calmer. They were able to connect with the horses. There was so much of non-verbal connection that you could see. It was simply beautiful.
Dr. Gerry
Yeah.
will get you to do that again on air later, okay? Just that whole description. Yeah, because we're on the Big Show TV, so we
It's
need
so good,
on-air
though.
people to hear us as well. Sandra, like, how do people go to Equal? I mean, do they have to make an appointment? Can you just go? How do they get in touch with you if they wanna find out more?
Well, they can go to our website and then drop us an email. So our website is equal.org.sg, and they can drop us an email at enquiries@equal.sg, and then we can actually respond to their inquiries on the programs that we have.
So
Okay.
there's no need for a physical, say, psychologist or psychiatrist recommendation for them to go to you. They can just go
They can
to
just-
you on their own.
Yeah, requests.
Yes.
Like I need some horse
Nice.
therapy.
I mean, it's so cool. I'm looking at the website, and it says we rescue animals who go on to rescue us.
Nice.
Oh, I love that.
That's so beautiful.
So instead of therapy, I think Sandra was teaching me a little bit about the difference between the therapy as well as the services. So here they have services. That's why there is no psychologist on hand, and that's why people can come without like a clinical diagnosis or anything like that.
What kind of services are? Should we ask that on air or? Is it-
You can ask, but we can ask it again on air.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What kind of services do you provide? Is there like specific types, or is it a range?
Yeah, we do have a range of programs for different groups with different needs. So we do have a children's program, a youth program, and then a family program and a seniors program. And they vary in terms of their structure and in terms of the outcomes that we want. So if we are working with children with special needs, or children with high anxiety, or youth with high stress, then the learning outcomes that we want from that is that after they finish a 4-session, 8-session, 10-session program, that they'll go away with lower anxiety, that they know how to manage their anxiety or their emotions better.
Oh, I like that. Okay, you
Wow.
need to say that on air as well. I think it's just
Yeah.
important for anyone who's driving later on to find out, if they know of anyone or if they themselves require something like this where they don't actually want to see a therapist or a psychologist or speak to anyone, because Dr. Gerry was saying it's a very non-verbal communication, right? So I think that's very important for people, because so many people with anxiety can't even speak about their problems.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sandra, maybe you could tell me, why is it that when we look at animals for therapy...
Okay, why don't we we'll go
I'll
on
ask you
air.
this question when we go on air.
We're going for a traffic break, and then we'll ask you a couple of questions on air.
Yeah.
It is Therapy Tuesday here on The Big Show, and we have very special guests, Dr. Geraldine Tan of the Therapy Room and Sandra Leong, who is the CEO of Equal. Now, Equal was set up in 2015 to transform lives through animal-assisted services, and they're right now at their headquarters at 100 Jalan Mashor.
Okay, Sandra, I wanted to ask you, we see these animals that are used in therapy and the animals that are used in as support emotional support animals. In my limited knowledge, it either seems to be dogs or cats, dogs or horses, and that's it. It doesn't seem to include any other
Animals.
Type of animal.
animal. Why
He
is that?
wants
Is it
to
just the
ask-
temperament?
He wants to ask if his rabbit can be his therapy.
No, my rabbit is my emotional support animal. But any reason why it's these two animals in particular?
I can elaborate a little bit more on horses, and we can go into to share. So this is Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Carrie's a black and white horse, as you can see. It looks a bit like cow, but definitely it's not a cow. And just to share a little bit more, Carrie has it's a prey animal. Dogs and cats, they are actually predators. But for Carrie is a prey animal, and by that we mean that horses are a lot more sensitive. They are also a lot more. They are mild in temperament and all that. So you can see that Carrie is very calm. And when we have children, when we have youths that are more, hyper, they are more energetic and all that, working with horses actually helps to calm them down a lot. And that's why we say that horses make very therapeutic animals. There's also something very, very interesting to point out, and Gerry reminded me to share this. The horse of a heart is actually a lot larger than a human heart. So the size, human heart is like the size of a fist, right? But the size of a horse heart is the size of a football. And with that, it has a much larger and stronger electromagnetic field. And because of that, it actually helps to influence the rhythm of our own heartbeat, the human heartbeat, and helps to slow down our heartbeat. And this works really well when we work with children with high anxiety, because just being the horses, just stroking them, just being them, caring for them, actually helps them to be more mindful of their heartbeat and their breathing and their energy levels.
Wow, that sounds pretty special. Now, Dr. Gerry, earlier when we were on the Big Show TV, we're currently on air now. You mentioned how you think for who else would this be beneficial for besides the children and besides those with anxiety or depression?
So the seniors really would benefit. I think Sandra mentioned before, even for each one of us. So now, because we've been walking around the horses, my anxiety, my heartbeat has slowed down. But if I was very excited and I come close to Carrie, she might move her face away. To that, I'm too overwhelming. So the trainers here would then remind us, okay, just take a deep breath, let yourself calm down, and then these horses won't run away from you. So they'll just stay there and they'll wait for you. That's the loveliest thing. They'll wait for you to calm down, and you can see Carrie's just standing there stationary and just allowing me to just be myself and just be calm with Carrie.
Okay, if you're listening to us on radio, if you want to see the horses at equal, you can join us on the Big Show TV. The time right now is 8:14.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by
Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm so jealous. I want to hug also.
Yeah, I do. I'm thinking of taking my dad, because my dad is in a
Absolutely.
wheelchair.
I was
so
thinking my grandma.
yeah, and have him play with the miniature horses. I mean, he loves animals. So I'm definitely Sandra. I'll get in touch with you.
Well, I'm older. You can both take me.
We'll put you in a wheelchair as well. Yeah.
You don't have to.
No, I'm joking. So, I know the trainers obviously have to be properly trained to handle the animals as well as their interaction with the humans. But do the animals go through any special training?
Yes. So for the animals, they actually, because quite a few of them come from past careers. They were riding school horses. They were race horses. And so we have to adjust things like, their nutrition. So our former race horses are no longer on high energy food, which they do not need anymore now that they are retired. But with us, they'll be, fed more, natural hay, more organic food. And then, on our end, we will go through activities with them. So like how we do activities, with our children and all that. We also have enrichment activities for our horses, where we exercise them, bring them around to graze, and really assimilate them into the environment that we have, and also different, different people and different activities that we do. So if we do a program with a child, we probably could run through our horse, with the program first before we actually do the program with the child.
It's interesting. You keep mentioning this, and I've got to ask this. You say there are activities for young. What do the kids or the teens or the adults or seniors?
Yeah.
What do they actually do?
Yeah, it's
with
like,
the horses?
is it like specific, like we were saying before, or are there like a variety of things depending? Is it case by case basis?
There's a variety of things. So for us, we do have a very structured and scaffolded program. And for children, for youth that we work with, part of the program includes things like animal care. Animal care requires them to actually, for instance, brush the mane of the horses, have to untangle the mane, have to brush the coat, have to bathe the horses. Even a young kid can bathe a big horse. And actually this teach them things like empathy. How do they pay attention to the body language of the horse? And when they learn to pay attention to the body language of an animal, they also learn to pay attention to the body language of a person. I think that's what we call animal assisted learning. When they care and they show empathy and attention to our horses, they also do that, for their classmates, for the friends that are around them. We have work with children, who could be, could come as a group and they may not interact so well with one another. There could be some bullying within this group. But when they actually interact with the horses, they realize that the dynamics could change, because, now there is another creature in their midst, and they have another topic that they can actually talk about, and they could actually work together to care for the horses, and that helps to build ties or rebuild ties within a small group.
And you mentioned, Sandra, that you also have dogs. How many dogs have you got?
We've got 3 dogs now,
Okay.
and for us, the dogs are not sheltered with us. We believe that dogs should reside in homes, loving homes, and all that. Horses, no choice, we have to shelter them because they can't stay in any homes. But for the dogs that we work with, they actually volunteered by their very, very kind and generous owners. So a lot of these owners have dogs who have been previously abandoned, abused, and rehome. Or for us, what we do is we actually bring on board these dogs, train them, and then work with them with different beneficiaries and clients. The latest group that we work with is actually a group of stroke survivors.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
A bit of social, emotional support and learning as a small group. So with 1 dog and 3 to 4 stroke survivors, it actually helps to break the ice, helps to become a social glue, reduces the social awkwardness.
I feel like I need to send Tofu for training to become a therapy dog. Because
Hey, you never know.
He's only 5 months old, so he's extremely trainable. But at least he also gets some good training in.
David actually has a question on Facebook on if people can apply to volunteer at Equal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, is that?
Yes. Yes. We welcome volunteers. We need volunteers to do a lot of different things that we do in the stable. So we care for animals, keep the place clean. We walk our horses, our animals, and then also joining us for our programs. So we do a program in an elderly home or nursing home. We do need quite a high number of volunteers and colleagues, just to journey together with the seniors there.
So how can people volunteer?
They can write to us at volunteers@equal.org.sg.
Say it one more time, the email?
Volunteers with an S at equal.org.sg.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, everything can be found on their website, equal.org.sg. You just go to contact us, and they've got their headquarters, volunteering, media inquiries, general inquiries, their equine program, and everything.
Gerry, how do you, as a psychologist, how do you know when it's time to take your patient, your client, out of your office and into this situation?
Okay, so one-on-one situations, sometimes we don't have that, but then if they are able and they have the resources, they can definitely come. So I've got a few of the clients that come for their own sessions, so whether it's horse riding or whether it's their own sessions. I think some of them signed up for sessions afterwards. But we were doing it as part of a group project or group camp. Yeah, so during the camp we came here, we brought all the different types of disorders. The children had different sort of disorders, and they came here to interact with the horses. Yeah, many parents, actually it was the parents that was really scared because will my child get kicked? And then they framed it as if, oh, but my child is scared of horses. And I was thinking, but your child hasn't seen a horse up close before.
Yeah.
How would
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah, but I think it's the anxiety of the adults. When the children came, yes, there was a lot of apprehension. I think Effie was talking about change in the morning. It was a change in environment. So therefore, a lot of apprehension. But I think
Okay, hey, sorry to cut you off, Dr. Gerry. Okay, we're going back on air for our final
Yes.
talk
Wrap,
set.
yeah.
So don't walk around. We'll just be talking a little bit more. Continue this. FD can ask the same question about
question.
taking your patients out. Okay,
Yeah.
so don't walk. Okay, all right, hang on. It's a very special edition of Therapy Tuesday as we have Dr. Geraldine Tan of the Therapy Room on location at Equal, which is a center that does therapy for children, for adults, for the elderly with animals, specifically horses and dogs.
And I was asking Gerry the question earlier. Sorry, pen dropped. I was asking Gerry the question earlier. How do you know when it's time to move from a clinical environment to something like Equal? At what
Yeah,
point do you move?
right? It's a really complementary work that we do. So it doesn't mean that it has to be one or the other. It can happen concurrently. So what I did was to have my camp with Equal, and her team actually took a group of children with special needs, with autism, selective autism, high anxiety, social anxiety, and the kids really benefited because they came in filled with so much apprehension, but her team introduced the whole idea of the miniature horses that we saw earlier. So these little horses were playing and having fun, and it broke the ice for the children. And then these larger ones, or the bigger ones, they used it later on, where the children could ride on the horses. And there was one little boy, I think you saw Ashwin a few weeks ago. So Ashwin was particularly anxious and he couldn't mount the horse. Now, it wasn't just the horses that was really, really calm, but the entire team. So the trainers, everyone, the team that was helping was really calm. And they said, okay, let's just stay with the horse first. And then they said, okay, why don't you hold the reins and you walk with the horse? And that really helped that little boy to boost his confidence. I mean, can you imagine if he just walked out of that ring without doing anything? It would seem like a failure, right? But he managed to calm himself enough and do an activity with the horse. And it was brilliant. I think it was Harry that he came to. And Harry just stood there. Harry didn't move at all, waiting for him and just being very comfortable with him. So that was very lovely.
That's amazing.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you so much, Sandra, for being here with us. Once again, it's Sandra Leong, CEO of Equal. You can find out more about their programs and how perhaps animals, specifically horses and dogs, can help with yours or anyone else's situation. It's equal.org.sg. And thank you, Dr. Gerry of the Therapy Room, for being on location.
It is fun.
I'm sure we can't wait to go down to Equal as well. Thanks so much, ladies. We'll see you, Dr. Gerry, next week. Bye bye.